If you've ever felt alone, even while surrounded by people, this isn't a coincidence. This is the part of your life most people never talk about. And once you understand it, you'll never see loneliness the same way again. There was a time when I didn't feel sad, but I didn't feel alive either. I woke up, did what I had to do, talked when necessary, smiled when expected, and then went back to silence. Not peaceful silence, not relaxing silence, that heavy silence that follows you everywhere, even in a crowded room. I had people around me, messages on my phone, things to do, but none of it reached me. I felt disconnected from my own life. And that's when loneliness started to scare me, because it wasn't loud, it didn't scream, it whispered, "You don't belong anywhere. You're falling behind. Everyone else figured it out but you." And the worst part? I believed it. I told myself I was just tired, just busy, just going through a phase. But deep down, I knew the truth. I was lonely because I didn't feel understood. Not by friends, not by family, not even by myself. So I did what most people do. I distracted myself. Endless scrolling, background noise, fake conversations, anything to avoid being alone with my thoughts. But loneliness doesn't disappear when you ignore it. It grows. Late at night, when the world finally shuts up, it comes back stronger. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't lonely because people left. I was lonely because I kept hiding my confusion, hiding my fear, hiding the version of me that didn't have answers yet. I was afraid that if I showed it, I'd be judged, ignored, or worse, not needed. So I stayed quiet, and slowly, I disappeared from my own life. No dreams, no excitement, just survival. Loneliness has a way of shrinking you. It makes you feel invisible, even when you're trying your best. But one night, sitting alone in the dark, phone face down, no noise to escape into, I realized something important. Loneliness wasn't trying to destroy me, it was trying to wake me up. It was showing me that the life I was living no longer fit who I was becoming. So instead of running, I stayed. I let the silence speak. And in that silence, I saw myself clearly for the first time. How I waited for validation instead of building self-respect. How I wanted connection but avoided vulnerability. How I blamed loneliness when the real problem was that I didn't know myself yet. That realization hurt, but it also changed everything. I stopped numbing myself, stopped pretending I was okay. I started doing uncomfortable things, not to impress anyone, but to rebuild myself. Waking up early when no one was watching, working on my goals without telling anyone, choosing discipline over distraction, choosing growth over comfort. The loneliness didn't vanish, but it transformed. It stopped feeling like emptiness and started feeling like focus, like space. Space to think clearly, space to rebuild quietly, space to become someone who didn't need constant approval to feel whole. And something strange happened. The more comfortable I became being alone, the less lonely I felt around others. Because I wasn't looking to be saved anymore. I wasn't desperate to be understood. I understood myself. Loneliness taught me discipline. It taught me patience. It taught me strength without applause. It taught me that the most powerful versions of people are built in silence. No audience, no validation, just commitment. If you're lonely right now, this isn't punishment.
This is preparation. This is the chapter where you stop begging for connection and start building depth, where silence becomes clarity, isolation becomes strength, and loneliness becomes direction. One day, you'll look back at this phase, the nights no one saw, the effort no one noticed, and you'll understand you were never alone. You were becoming someone strong enough to stand on their own. And once that happens, nothing can control you anymore.